Hello, hello. I have arrived. I had to fetch the cat from outside, and I also saw like reading a book. I have to return like a book assignment today, and yeah, came back to my PC and noticed it was exactly at 6 o'clock. I'm like, damn, gotta start the stream. I'm not completely ready because I literally just like start stream, so it will be quote unquote on time. I have to move a few windows to my other screen. There we go. Oh, also I'm on the VPN still. Well, hopefully that doesn't fuck me. Wait, let me test something. Hey, I can chat. The proxy or the VPN server that I happen to have, Twitch doesn't hate it. Let's go. Yes. Also, this feels really, really weird. Usually I have headphones on when I'm streaming and speaking. Now I don't, and if this feels very unnatural to hear my own voice without the headphones on. Like I don't have my own voice playing on the headphones, but they muffle the sound, right? Like I feel different, but I guess it's better to get used to that. Anyway, I should probably open up the project. Well, first there's still some browser windows that I need to move. I don't need those open. Do you want to guess how many browser windows I have? Close. Close. I have 9 browser windows. And you know, different amounts of tabs on each one. So there's one with like 7, one with like some fucking millions or something. Uh, no. I mean, I do have workspaces, but they're just there. They're just there. Uh... Also, the game has progressed quite nicely since the last time. Let me actually get my screen showing. There we go. Let me get that out of the way. We can modify the goals in a bit. Yeah, I have a few games on my desktop. So, games that I will maybe play one day. Dude, I need like a thing where the games that have more playtime are smaller, right? And the ones that have less playtime are bigger. That's what I need. That's exactly what I need. So the games that I, have yet to play would be like the biggest. Uh, where did you read that? Or did I hover over it? Nice. Anyway, we're gonna need lib and meshing. I don't think anything else. Also, it's I've started seeing the benefit of having shit in separate files. I've said this before, but it's like more true as time goes on. Don't worry about it. Well, I can say I helped out with the project, right? In the past tense. I can say that. The helper, true. Let's see. So we don't have any errors. No, we don't have any. No, we don't have any errors, but we do have warnings, and these are gonna live for a long fucking time. Yeah, I'll maybe get to fixing these one day. But right now I have another command that only shows errors because I have so many warnings. Anyway, so what has happened? What are we up to here? Right, so this might seem like the build I had before I started transitioning to mesh rendering, but this is mesh rendering, right? And I support all of the models that I had before. The door doesn't have the holes in it right now. Funny story about the door, by the way, I'll tell it in a bit. I don't have a hotbar currently, so that's something that I should do. But we have all of the stairs, we have the pole. It's a bit thicker now. Only visually though. It looks so much better visually like this, but I still want to be able to walk between these, right? Through. What else? What else? Triggers look like this now. This is like a really bad example, right? Let me. If I have a start block, these are like way more visible, right? Like, it's just an invisible box. And if you get inside, the other side is rendered. There's some Z fighting. I need to fix that. But yeah. Cool stuff, in my opinion. What other models do we even have? Let's see. We had the stairs, and we have slabs. Don't really need to see that. Yeah, that's actually, well, that's the last one. Yippee. Look at that, we can have a start block slab. Amazing technology. I'm just gonna leave these dirt triggers here. I don't do anything, but... And this is the newest texture that I made. It's for the slime. I just want to trigger dirt. I don't know how that even works. It doesn't have any behavior, right? What would a dirt trigger even do? Why am I jumping so weird? Yeah. I probably will make this texture a bit better, this stream. Also, actually, do I still have the slime trigger behavior? No? Question mark? I think I removed it. It didn't really make sense to have a slime trigger, but I believe we do have a launch trigger. Yeah, it just propels you forward. Works like launch blocks, except it's a trigger. And triggers aren't going to be invisible. I think... I was actually thinking about this, right? So... would it... like... what do you think? If you're playing a game like this, would you prefer to have invisible triggers? So when you go over the finish line, it just magically works? Or would you rather, like, see the actual physical start line as like a ghost thing like this? Maybe don't like this exactly, but it could be like an indicated area. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, if I just made this look better, then it could be a thing, right? Where there's like no hidden business, you just see the start area. Yeah, I mean, I've thought about that, but honestly, you know what I think? Making things an option is great, but also it's like the laziest thing you can do as a game designer. Making it an option. It's honestly the laziest thing. Like some things should be options, but if you get to like, oh, should the character jump in like, this kind of an arc or this other kind of an arc? Oh, make it an option. No, you have to decide, right? Because it's gonna affect other things. The same way, like, if this is going to be visible, it might affect like how the game looks otherwise and like steer the direction. And if I come up with some other way, like let's say I decide, oh, this is going to be visible, then I could make it so it's just the outline that you can see, like on your screen. You would just draw an outline around the shape that you see. Right? You could make some visual like solution for that. Maybe, and also it comes through differently on the stream, right? That's also a shame. But if I stay still, then you should be able to see what it looks like. And ideally, this would just be transparent instead of being this. But this was easier to implement, right? So this is what it looks like. I'll get proper transparency at some point, question mark? But yeah. I love how fast the meshing is, by the way. Like, look at the ship. Boop. Oh. No temp. No test what temp. Let's actually look at the console. Yeah, meshing like fucking 4 milliseconds, 2 milliseconds. Yeah, it's insane. I can't wait to add lights and then have that time like double or, you know, move by an order of magnitude or something. Because I'll be doing more work. It's almost like doing less things. It's faster. Oh, who would have thought? Who would have thought? But yeah. Anyway. But also, funny thing. I'll speak about the door in a moment. A funny thing. All of these meshes, like, I define the faces, right? I define faces, like, what is where, stuff like that. And you could imagine that making, like, these stairs would be hell, because this is a face, this is a face, this is a face, this is a face, right? And there's a lot of faces. I wasn't gonna do that by hand, so, you know, we have code. Yippee! We have code that generates the stairs thing. Lovely. Well, and the door. The door. I haven't forgotten that there is a story, but holy hell, am I having a hard time remembering what the story is. Okay, I remember now, actually. I remembered before I finished the first sentence, but I didn't want to cut the sentence off. Also, I just realized I don't have any water. Well, I'll tell the door story, and then I'll write the goals for today, and then I'll get water. That's the plan. So, I was working on the door, right? And I was thinking, like, okay, so if I, like, when I'm implementing the mesh, I'm gonna have to do a thing where there's a different mesh for the closed and open door, right? Like, different rotations for them. And I started implementing logic in the meshing thing, where it's like, okay, I don't want to, like, actually generate two separate meshes based on the state. I should just modify the rotation based on if it's open or closed, right? And turns out, like, I was doing it, and then I tested it. I was like, why is the rotation just so incorrect? And then I commented out the thing that did the rotation, and then the opening and closing just worked. I'm like, hello? What's going on? And then I commented out even more, and like, I was so fucking confused. And then I realized that I had already, like, the doors have two state kind of things to them. One is the rotation, and one is the, well, I mean, every block already has rotation, right? But the doors have an additional, are they open or are they closed? So when I click on this, the literal rotation of the block changes, and the boolean, right? And the boolean just tells it which direction it should rotate the next time it's clicked, right? So I'm already literally rotating the block. So I didn't need any logic here. I just spent time making something I had already made previously. And and how this works is actually great. I love that just works. Yeah, but it's great. I just assumed it didn't work. It would have worked if I just fucking clicked the door. Thank you, uh, Doctor Ruipana. You have no idea. Yes. I was so I read the Depth Seeker chat this morning. Like max 2 hours ago, right? Max 2 hours ago. And I read the chat like, holy shit. And then I realized that when you join the stream, I'm gonna be able to call you Dr. Roipara. And you will have no idea when I've gained this information. uh, yeah. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna write the goals and then I'll get the water. Let's see. These are from last stream. Let's modify these. What are we gonna do? Uh, this is actually done already. More textures. I mean, okay, goals for today. First, I want to do a thing where I can modify a texture, save it, and have it reflect in game either immediately or after reloading. But oh, I'm gonna have to split this to a separate line. That's the first one. I might start on the slime texture, honestly. Damn. Let's see. Better workflow, threaded textures, better slime texture. Do I really want anything else in life? Let's see my other to-do file that I need to clean at some point. Ooh. Okay, this is something. This is gonna be also separated on another line like this. Then I need to scale the thingy. And that's how I'm gonna do that. Damn. No, I pulled you away from streaming. Imagine. I'm doing like a bad deed. That's how I feel. there's less good and or more evil in the world now that you're not streaming. Evil Ruipana be like, I'm not gonna stream. Anyway, I'll get the water, and then I will either get started on the workflow or the texture. I feel like I get started on the texture because the doctor is here, and she'll maybe be able to give me advice on that. I don't wanna like hold you here while I try to do the workflow thing. Yeah, BRB, water. I got even a better idea, right? What I could do is do the workflow thing first, and then I could work on the texture while we collab. Hmm. Hmm. How about that? How about that? How about that? How about that? I don't know how long the workflow thing is gonna take, but I'll try to speedrun it. Let me see. What are you saying? I never actually did want to ask you. Uh, did want to ask you how to make a thing so if you get bored or work on Voxel. Okay. I don't know why my brain almost fucking halted on that sentence. Quick note, if you ever want to like kill me with just a sentence, like that's the correct direction, right? Like you will make me read something like that, but like 10 times or 100 times worse, and my brain will just fucking not even burst, but just stop, right? I'll just think about the sentence and not give any signals to the outside world about being alive. Anyway, but also, you can just ask the thing, right? And I might be able to like just give you an answer instantly, right? It might not be as difficult as you think it is. About first, yeah. But I think this is what I'll do. I'll do the workflow thing first, and then if we happen to collab, then we can do the thingy thing. Like I can do the texture while talking, right? I feel like that's easier. Like it's easier to do the texture while talking rather than trying to code while talking. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds fine. Sounds fine. Well, you have a good start to your stream then. And by the way, VOD watchers, if this happens to be a VOD that for some reason gets like 200 views or whatever, and people are still watching like 25 minutes in, go to twitch.tv/Ruipana, right? Good stream over there. You should also maybe follow my stream as well, please, if you enjoy this, but you should check out what Rum has to offer as well. Anyway, what do I do for the textures currently? Okay, we're taking the bytes directly. Are we using the size of these files in here somehow? Is the question. Because what I want to do is go into here, just grab every file that ends with .png. Hold on. And then like just put them into an atlas like this, you know, programmatically. And if we update any of these files, then either automatically or with like a command in game, I think the command in game will be easier. Just build the atlas again, send the textures to the GPU, and have everything update, right? Now, detecting the changes would also be nice because it would mean that I can just have the game open, I can modify the texture, I can save the texture, and then it would just change in game. That's the dream. That is the dream, right? Right now, the workflow is modify the texture, save it to the separate file because I want it as a separate file, and then manually put it into the atlas, and then reopen the game, and then you can see the changes. And it's so bad, right? And technically, I don't even need to watch files. I can just do it every 500 milliseconds. I can just input a command. Okay, that's way easier. Okay, yep. We're just doing it every 100 milliseconds. No, every 50 milliseconds, you just reload. So, every 10 milliseconds. I just wanted to do that meme where I just keep lowering the time every time I mention it. Yeah, don't worry. It's gonna be something that I enable with a command, I think. Anyway, first, texture bind group. What do we do with this child? Do we use you? Okay, we put you there. We set the bind group. The bind group layout. Is this still like a separate function for some reason? It is. Lol lol lol. Lol 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 lol. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, I think this has a known amount of like bytes in the image. That's fine. Okay, how do we update you? Device.create texture. Do we just create the texture again? Do we just create the texture again? Is that really the gameplay? Also, I'm gonna sit down. Let's see. Cargudo. I love building documentation off of the files that I have locally. One reason is that I don't have to be worried about reading the documentation for the wrong version of the libraries because, you know, the documentation is built from the stuff that I have. So it is correct. At Neopathic, should I make an MVP and then build on it until it's something good, or just build something good? I mean, if you have the ability to just build something good, that sounds nice, but I don't know if that's reasonable, right? It's how would I say this? The question is like, should I go through hardship to have a good thing, or just have a good thing, right? It's like, sure, just have the good thing without the hardship, but can you, right? That's the question. Is it a thing we can do? Have we discovered this? Or is it luck based? If it's luck based, then I don't know. Create texture. Who are you? Who are you? So sometimes when I see these, like, corresponds to WebGPU, whatever, I don't know why, but I feel happy reading these. It's like, oh, this is like the standard, and then the library is just implementing the standard. I don't know why, but that just like tickles some part of my brain. As hell, dude, what the fuck? Dude, what is a hell? Okay, I don't need to know, but I want to know. That... yeah, I know. I don't know how I feel about that sentence. Damn. Inward. Damn. Destroy. Wait, am I stupid? Negative self-talk, by the way? No, do I just create a new texture with the same label? Is that what I do? Oh. Ho 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 ho. Right texture. So we can just do this. And I could write only a part, but that seems like unnecessary complication. I can just rewrite the whole texture. Surely this will not come back to bite me, because right now we have, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 textures. When we get to like 100, then maybe I'll consider only writing one texture at a time. But right now, that's not necessary. I guess we'll be doing this in the render function? Question mark? Not really necessary. We'll be doing it in here. Okay. Do we have a file for textures? We do. What the fuck? There's not much here. Oh, I see. I see. Hey, but I don't even create an atlas right now. I just fucking load it from a file. This is perfect. Okay. So make a function for creating the atlas, and then we'll call that function in different places. Awesome. Stay. Also, wait, have I pulled? I have not. There's actually a commit that I need to pull. I just realized. Yes, it's 2 commits. Please, no conflicts. There's no conflicts. Yippee. Yeah, but on my school laptop, I can't build the audio shit, so I just made an audio file that doesn't implement any of the audio, but has like the interface. Here's the interface and nothing else, so I can just replace audio with fake audio and then take CPAL out of the like cargo tunnel file, and then everything just works. Remote work. Damn. Yeah. Anyway. Also, yeah, I've been off topic. But I've been thinking about making task tools for the game and having something where it's like you have a text file with inputs, and then when you modify the file, it would just replay those inputs as fast as possible and just show you the result, right? But then I also thought, would I really want to have that immediately? As it would make cheating easier, I feel like. Because people could just, like, test the game with the tools of the game, right? Um, and it would be like a lot harder to know if it's the run did it or not. So that's what I've been thinking about. Anyway. Baritone? Okay, I have to look that up. This is like a Minecraft thingy. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, this is for Minecraft. Minecraft is a very popular game, and even there, like, you would have to, like, if you wanted a bot for parkour maps, you would still have to build that, right? Like, I don't think there's one that optimizes parkour maps or whatever, right? Like, there's a big gap between what's theoretically possible and what people are gonna do, right? If I release the game with task tools, like, even then, it's not guaranteed that someone's gonna cheat and, like, make a convincing run with task tools, right? Like, with the tools that I've given them. But it's even less likely if there are no built-in tools and you would have to, like, task the game without any help from the game, right? It's like, yes, someone could do that, right? But would they? Right? Like, we're assuming that people are even speedrunning the game, right? Let alone, like, it has enough interest that someone would cheat. Hmm. Yeah, but that's like, what to say? Yeah, but it's also, what to say? Could be useful for, like, creating unit tests for, like, the physics and whatever. The current unit tests are a bit weird. Anyway, so creating the atlas texture, I think we're just gonna, well, we can't use include bytes because these are gonna change. That's the whole point. So we're gonna have to load. We have to load the files dynamically. Oh, but there's actually a thing for this in the image. Image. Yeah. This is funny. Curse IO never fails. It's like famous last words. Do I? Okay. Load from file. Oh, these are some other things. I swear there was a thing to like load it from file. There we go. Open. Just open. Okay. Okay. Oh, we got the bot message. Bam. What do we have here? Actually, do the right order. What the fuck am I writing? Do I? Okay, maybe. What did I fucking do? I wanted to select you. I'm gonna just add the .png into the end of the thing. Dirt, and then... Oh, we don't have a separate file for these two. I'm gonna have to make that. I actually did want to open the atlas, but I thought that I clicked don't open anything. So I'm surprised that the program just did what I wanted it to do. That's awesome. And I'm gonna go export, and then a quick GIMP tip, by the way. You can do Control Shift V, paste into a new image. And if you want to open a file as a new image, then you have to drag it. If you drag it here, it will open as a new layer. If you drag it here, it will open as a new image. Like specifically in the toolbox. You have to do it into the toolbox. I don't know why, but that's how it works. Very cool. It exists. Don't look at the details too closely. Yeah, we have the texture names. Let's do a cargo format. Just for fun. Just for the fun. Yeah, I wants to do that. That's fine. I guess I'll I'll just have the full path here. Not gonna take up like that much space sideways because they're on separate lines anyway. I hate the fact that XED doesn't like scroll past the end of the file. Leash. It's so nice to do it. Oh, let's just say dislike and not hate. Hate is a powerful word. Alright, we have those, and then we need to open each image separately. And this is how we... Do I even need to borrow this? Let's see. Oh, This is I guess we're gonna return option. No, we're just gonna fucking unwrap this. If we can't read a file, we crash. Fuck error handling. True and enthusiast tip. True. I'll use that. I love unwrap. Oh. I'm gonna do a funny. Because why would I have this globally at the very fucking top of the file, right? Well, I have this here, but don't worry about it. I mean, no. Third, we're not ignoring the errors, right? We're crashing on them. There's a difference, right? We're actually we're doing the very opposite from ignoring them. If you really think about it. True. So true. Like, the fact that we can't read a texture, it's like, we can't imagine that situation, so we just quit the program instantly. Oh, but, the real thing here would be, okay, you got me with that. Oh, actually, did you know that the coconut.png thing is a hoax? And TF2 actually works very well without a lot of the files. uh, I'm not going insane. I just wanted to write that. I could continue this for a long time. There's one time where I've written something like this, and I wrote a line that was so long that the Godot editor lagged when the line was visible on screen. So I had to remove it. I love writing shit like this. I rarely do it, but it's like, it's so nice to just write utter garbage. It's just complete fucking nonsense. And it just keeps going. For no reason. I become the GPT. Anyway, we needed to have like an atlas image. Anyway. Mm. I don't think I'm creating a new image anywhere. Oh, actually, I might be doing it here. Where am I? Yeah, I think this starts out being all zeroed. Okay, so we're gonna create an image. I think my images are RGB 8, if I'm not incorrect. No, but the low text, like, they have line breaks and, like, topics and whatever, right? Like, it's structured. Um, the, I have the text somewhere. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. You don't know. Oh, I found it. Nice. Oh shit. I didn't think it would just fucking instantly open the screen. Okay. We need to have the. Okay, this is the authentic experience, right? When there's no line wraps. This is the continuation of another line. Right, there was another line somewhere here where it's like, uh, uh, like it was some beginning like this. You know, we have to make sure the game runs well enough on target hardware, right? That's the context. On target hardware. Do I even want to read this? Quite like you can look at the scroll bar. Look at the fucking scroll bar. It's so fucking long. It's so long. I just. It's so good. It's actually a fucking work of art. No. Ay, dude, I was fucking. I don't know what was going on. I was being like the uh collision system for Seamless back then. I don't know what was happening inside of my mind. Holy fuck. Yep. We're get to the part where a good old editor like having a long line. True. But finding these ramblings is now not yeah, you don't have to find it in the random Git history or a repo that's not even public. But you can find it in this random stream has this random VOD, right? That's holy fuck. Oof. Actual art. What's not uncommon now? Dude, that it's actually insane. That's gonna be like half of the length. Well, actually, that's over half of the length of an essay that I'm like due to write today. That's insane. That's actually insane. Holy fuck. But yeah, but that's what I mean, right? Like I could keep going with this line. That's what I mean. You see, I hold power. Okay. Holy fuck. I did not remember what that was like. I want to give this a height and a width. Oh, look at this though. If I did all the errors as well, it's like, oh, there's one error? 23 warnings? Where's the error? Like, where's the thing I actually care about? It's so ass. Just give me the error as the last thing. Please. And this is gonna be 8 and 8 times how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay. I don't know why. What was good? Then color type. Is it RGB8 or is it RGBA8? We'll see. Right. If we get an error, it might have to be RGB8. Okay. Okay. These need to be the other way around. Oh, there we go. Now, how do we insert a thing into the thing? No, not that. Does this write the pixels manually? Fuck it. I guess we'll do that. Okay. Can we do this? Is it like blit rect or something? Anything with rect? Copy would then maybe? Not quite, not quite, not quite. Oh, copy from. There we go. Get rect? What do you mean? No, there's no get rect. No. Damn. I thought in my mind you might be saying that, but I walked into it. I walked into that. I don't know if you even meant it, like, to me, but I got wrecked. Aye, aye. Anyway, copy from. There we go. So we're not gonna iterate over the pixels like barbarians. We're just gonna use the copy from. It copies all the pixels. Okay, that's good. We want that. Okay. You want more arguments, I'm sure, but I want... What? Oh, generic image. Lol. Okay, so this needs to be borrowed, and then this is gonna be I times 8, and then 0. No, the other way around. X is 0, and then I times 8. And this is supposed to be a U32, but it's a U size. This needs to be mutable. This is a bit scary, because it looks like it should work, and I barely wrote any code. You know? It's like, will it really work? Also, how do you feel about these, Laird? I'm curious. Like, me just importing shit in a function. How do you feel about that? And the crazy thing about writing Rust, right, is that I've never run this code, but it doesn't complain, right? And it's like, I'm pretty confident that this will just work. Of course, there could be some runtime errors, but I feel pretty confident that this will just work. Yeah, but I think that's a fair enough assessment. And they honestly should be probably at the top of the file, but yeah. Right. One benefit is that if this code gets stolen and the people don't like change the code, I mean, there's a lot of other things they could do differently, right? But this is gonna be like one of those things where it's like, okay, why are you importing this here in the exact same way that I do, right? there's a lot of other things, right? There's like it's actually crazy how many decisions you have when making a thing like this. Like there's so many little decisions that you could do differently. Yeah, it's insane. Anyway, so when I guess we just return the texture. After all this, we just return it. Also, there was some. Oh my! I have to actually now. My brain just got stolen by something. I'll need to mention it so I can get it back. Dude, this video. Um, First of all, okay, if you have not played Undertale, don't look anything up about Undertale, right? It's a really, really fucking good story, right? If you try to play it without like reading the text, then you're wasting your time. Don't do that. But if it can be ours to read some text in a video game, oh my god, then it's a really good story, right? Um, if you haven't played, then like just forget everything you're about to see or don't look, right? Oh, this video that I looked at, right? Sock Muppet, this guy makes some Undertale theories on whatever. What the fuck? Okay, sure. Sure. I'm sure Drake is mentioned there. I have no memory of that. But this is a really good theory, in my opinion. Um, that was interesting. Yeah, but like more spoilers for Undertale. Basically, the theory is that um do I actually even want to say that? No, that's like the biggest spoiler I could give for the game. That's actually no. I will actually not even say it. Maybe that will convince someone to actually play the game. Right? Like this is such a small chance that someone is watching this that and that they haven't played Undertale, I feel like, but it's still like I don't wanna rob them of the experience. There's like a small slight chance of that happening. Not worth it. And we're gonna return a dynamic image. Oh yeah. Uh that's funny. We declare it here, but the function itself doesn't. That's awesome. Aye, aye, aye. Okay. Alright. Technically, okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna delete the Atlas texture and then make the game work. Oh no, it doesn't work. 4663. I guess we could just create the atlas here directly. You're gonna want something else than a dynamic image, but that's fine. Oh, do I need to do... Fucking hell. Yeah, okay. How do we turn a dynamic image into bytes? As bytes, maybe? think that might be it. Oh, temporary value. That's freed while still in use. Fuck you. Yeah, we can just do that. Will it just work? I feel like the texture data layout might be incorrect. And everything is broken. And we will crash instantly. Yeah. Can't do that. Oh, I need to. It's not unwrap, it's accept. Maybe if I type it correctly. Okay, and you only want one thing, so I need to do the format thing. There we go. Log top not found. Okay. That's the first thing. Oh, it's trying to. Okay. Trying to load them here. Right? I guess since I'm doing the formatting, then I'll just do this. What the fuck? What? Anyway, uh, it's a lib.rs error. Okay. 4528. Well, that's interesting. I create the image. Oh, hold on. Yeah, okay. We're gonna actually do this like this. I was gonna pass the dynamic image in. A little bit, right? Not a lot, but a little bit. gonna be a dynamic image. Yeah. Okay. I can just call this add this image and do that. Okay, if I got that correctly instantly, then I would have loaded the image, turned it into bytes, turned it back into an image, and then turn it into RGBA8 data. That would have been insane. Insane, guys. Oh, it just works. And we have no Atlas image anymore. That's awesome. Yeah, so this means that I can now do the thing in the render loop where I remake the Atlas. But this is already, like, enables a way better workflow. Or I can just restart the game after modifying the file. I don't have to manually, like, make an Atlas texture. Yeah, they had a question, but then I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, if I get this working, then we'll co-stream for a bit, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Co-stream was the plan. Now I can go to the source folder and delete these. Did I copy the thingy thing? I did. Delete those. Now, this technically makes it so if I distribute this game, I'm gonna have to provide the textures as a separate thing, because they're not, like, baked into the executable. But that's fine. And people can technically just modify the textures if they want. I mean, I've probably will bake them. Because I really do want to make it so... I mean, I could do a thing where these files are included in the executable. So if it can't find these, then it will load some default ones, right? If I make this transparent, I don't think it will work like that. And I could test it, right? Very easy to check. Oh, I actually meant to click overwrite. Yes. What? Oh, it's mad about the textures not existing. Okay. I'll have to fix that later. It's like some legacy stuff that directly loads the textures. Yeah, see, it's just doesn't exactly work like that. Also, this looks so bad right now. Like, I know having a black rectangle is like bad, but it also like, seems like more jagged than before. And if I have this, I love the fact that it just doesn't look as jagged. Yeah. But I love this editing workflow already. Holy fuck, that's so good. True. If I made this for... Imagine if you could make Minecraft texture packs like this, where you just edit the file and you save it, and then it reflects in the game instantly, instead of you having to like reload the texture pack and it like being a process that takes a long time. God damn. God damn. Through real-time editing, right? That's what we need. You just draw on the textures and it's instant. So true. So true. You can make a gameplay mechanic out of that. Dude, I can imagine like the game starts out being like completely blank, and then it's like, please draw grass. And then you start drawing grass, a grass texture, and then the world just like fills in. Right? Imagine that. That'd be crazy. And holy fuck, I really want to make something like that now. Let me think. Ooh. Hmm. Yeah, well, that's a funny thought. Anyway, let's actually delete the textures and then have the game work. Who is crying? Oh, texture storage. You are going to die. You are dead. Okay. Uh, give me a funny Unicode code, right? I can just type it here. Or actually, give me the Unicode code for the Among Us character. I really need that. Earlier, I tried to do this thing where I'd like write the Unicode thing, but I just got like some Chinese symbols instead of the Among Us character, and I was really sad. Do we even use block material anywhere? Like the emble for this? I guess we do. Yeah, let's give like a... Let's just do that. Whatever. Yeah, yippee. I love how you did that. Okay, let's see. Nope, this is what I get. I don't know why. Like if you press Control Shift U, you can write a Unicode code, right? You can't, oh wait, here I can include letters. Holy shit. Hold on. D9E. Oh, Among Us! Oh wait, wasn't I stupid back then? I don't know what I was writing, but yeah, okay, you can do the Among Us with that. D9E. I'll have to remember that. Dude, you have no idea. In our, like, if I, like, start doing math, or, like, in our math exam, I could do something like this where Um, or even like, isn't that just beautiful? Thank you for helping me with this. I just gained like critical information about the world. I'd rather you teach crabs how to read. Now, would that have like negative consequences for the world? You make it sound like it would. That's awesome. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I think I have to commit. Okay, this is like some situations where you might have to do something like e to the power of x equals a symbol, and then you can turn it into like, you know, the second degree polynomial, I think is what you would call it, right? Um and then you can like use the fucking formula for solving it, right? So I would, what doesn't show up on stream? Question mark? Oh, wait, what is that? I can't type an X here. Oh, okay, okay. That'd be crazy. It'd be crazy if there's like a Unicode character that I can insert into the file. This is instantly corrupted. Okay. So we are indeed moving all of these textures. They are moving, and these was created. Oh, damn. That's insane. There was some talk that I recently listened to. It was like about software, like robustness and whatever. And this is like the programmer land where you have to make sure that the program works correctly at all times, and for like bank software, like money doesn't go missing and all that sort of stuff, right? Like stuff that you would do to make the software correct. And then you talk to the bank people and they go, "Oh yeah, money goes missing all the time. We have a department for like figuring out how that happens and where it goes." It's like an entirely different world. I I don't know if that's real, but that's what was in the talk, right? But it's like, woo, woo, yeah, it's insane. Like, what do you mean the software just doesn't work correctly at all times? That's a good commit. Dynamically, I guess. Sure. Oh, that's what I'll call the commit. These empty lines can exist here. Well, I mean, I'm gonna run cargo from it, which fucks them. Okay. Fuck it. I'll run cargo from it on this. Wait, what? I didn't... Okay, I need to include this line in the last commit. There we go. Okay, now I can do this. I'll actually do this as an amend as well. I mean, the funny thing is, I can do emoji easier by just pressing Control and dot, right? But actually, if I try to write salute in here, then it doesn't come up with the salute emoji, and that's the one that I fucking always use. It's the best one, honestly. Can you figure out the Unicode for the salute emoji? I will post you the salute emoji in chat if you can do that. I mean, O7 is also good, but it doesn't have the same aura, right? Think there's any other formatting changes? That's good. Also, funny thing, on my school laptop, I use Git on the command line because I couldn't get any like, I was about to say that I couldn't get any good graphical Git client, but it just means that I couldn't get GitHub Desktop working in there, and I don't want to use anything else. Hey, I'll write it directly as Unicode into the chat field. Wait, I can't? Damn. Okay, I can just copy paste it then. Anyway, we did that. We've made commits. Also, if you're starting programming, please commit more often. Most likely, that's gonna be a thing you want to do. Now, of course, you can also commit too often, but yeah, there's a good rhythm to it. Anyway, do I just rebuild the atlas on every frame? Do I? No. That is how you destroy your Linux machine. I will actually click the delete button on that. Just there's a small chance that someone for some reason does it. It's like further signaling that it's not something that you should do. Yeah, I know. It's I'm not saying that you've done a bad thing or anything. That's not the thing. I just envision, like, if I had a chat room, or if there was a chat room where that was uh like a bunch of people just saying, "Oh, RF," right, and it became like an inside joke or whatever. There's a chance someone could fucking RF their system, right? And that's not good. And we're far from having that happen. No, I will not say that, right? Like as a concept, yeah, sure. But then it's also like, oh, would it be funny if someone burned their house down? Like maybe as a concept, right? But someone could have important files on their computer, right? Like financial records, family photos, whatever. They could just lose it. Right? Fuck that mentality. I hope you're saying it as a joke. Right? It's like surely you will learn, but I would rather like have someone not lose their important things. Like it's fine to like, I think the sad reality is that most people start caring about backups only after a scare, right? Where they lose something and it's like, oh shit. Like this actually can happen to me specifically? Yes. And then they'll start doing backups, right? But it would be better if people just did backups, right? Like it is how things are, but it's not good. It depends, right? Uh Depends on what you lose. Like some people lost value on their CS:GO inventory, or well, CS2 now, CS2 inventory, like in the market crash, and there are like a few people who killed themselves. It's like, yeah, and that's just like with losing money. And I say just losing money, but you know, there can be things that people value more than money. Yeah, but I mean, it's not the best place to invest money, but it's how to say. I think it's good to have a separation in your mind between uh the decisions that people make and people like as persons, right? There sometimes, but you know, it's good to also hold people accountable, right? Like if someone's like a raging KKK member, then it's like, yeah, sure. It's like you're a person too, but also the person that you're discriminating are people too, right? So they're it's not like everyone should get off scot-free of everything. But if someone just invested their money into the wrong place, then it's like, yeah, that's a bad decision, but they're still a person, right? They're a human being. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I think it's important to have that perspective. So true. I mean, you gotta remember, they also have to be on Linux, right? Dude, something crazy actually happened. There was some there was a teacher who like asked me like what Linux is. Like they just didn't know. I was like I didn't show it outwards, I think, but in my mind I was like, holy shit, there's someone who's not like aware of the different operating systems that exist. Like what the fuck? Like for them a computer is just a computer, right? And you just do things on it. And there's a web browser. And they weren't like an old person either, right? It was insane. Actually insane. It's like it's so bizarre. It's like our worlds are so different. Like we know of like different topics, right? It's insane. Anyway, maybe I'll get this working eventually. Okay. Um fuck. So I don't know which thought you want me to hold, but it's already gone, I think. We have Atlas texture. Okay, we're gonna write texture then. We're not gonna do it every render. We are just gonna... Well, actually, no. Doing it every render is better. I was gonna do it like every loop, but let's just do it every render. Let's see if this lags already. Like, just by creating the texture. No, we're doing good. We're not updating it, like this stuff on the GPU, but we're good. Oh, let's see. Oh. Okay. There's some stuff that is bad in the world. I hope you know that. So Rom gave me a shout out 1 hour ago. Holy shit. That's insane. Oh yeah, okay. Fair enough. Oh, but it wasn't even that. It was simply just like I was having casual conversation with a classmate, and like the computers that we're handed in school, they run Linux, and there's an optional Windows environment, right? Like for free time. I don't use that for obvious reasons. So like every student, I would assume, knows the difference between Linux and Windows, or that like they exist. Right? Yes. Our school laptops are on Linux. Yes, by default. Yes. It's fucking great. It's actually awesome. Um, but yeah. But yeah, like all of the students, I would assume, like vaguely know that at least, and the teachers just like had no clue. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? There was no time to like start explaining, start going nerd emoji. But I do want to like illuminate that a bit. I think it's not critical information, but it's good to know, right? It's good to know. Do we have something called Atlas texture? We don't. Do we not have it anywhere? We don't. Huh. Oh, the depth texture here. Let's just... Oh, what is the type of that? We'll see soon, right? Oh, there we go. Impulse state. Atlas texture. Do we just give the bind group? We don't return the Atlas texture, but we need to. Who would you even ref someone for info on Linux? I mean, I would just tell them, right? like Windows is an operating system made by Microsoft, and it likes to spy on its users. And this is not a conspiracy theory; they just do that, right? It's like very established. And Linux is originally made by some guy, some Finnish guy. You know, I, 30 seconds. Linux operating system made by big corporation. Linux made by the community. Open source. Well, if I say open source, it's not gonna mean anything. Dude, I'm gonna have to like practice this. The fastest fucking pitch. Yeah, exactly. Right. But like, what matters for the end user is that Linux works for web browsing and it works better on older machines. Right. I think that's like most of the relevant stuff. And Windows has more software support. I think that's the current state of things for like an average end user. Yeah, but it's like you have to set that up, right? And I can mention that it's like, yeah, you can technically make it work, but it's like through hacks, whatever. Um, Maybe. Could you install Teams on there? Could you install like the Adobe software suite onto there? Vegas Pro. What other stuff might you have? Some like specialized software. Like there's a lot of like edge cases. Is my point, right? And I think it's inappropriate to just tell someone, "Oh, use Linux. You can get it to work," when they have a system that works, right? And sure, it spies on them, right? But it's people don't care, sadly. It's a bit stinky. I'm using the same name. Just rename that. Do. What the fuck? Oh, okay. It is just called a texture. What am I? Am I blind? Okay. I think that's gonna be a WGPU texture. Yep. Four nine 12. Oh yeah. And then let's see. ask them for their phone. If they don't get, yeah, no, but it's like it's different to have a nebulous entity spying you and just because they're just gonna target ads, unless there's a security breach, in which case, XD. But yeah, it's not the same. But I do like saying something. I like the idea of saying that to someone who's like, oh, I've got nothing to hide. Well, it depends from who, right? From who and what. Like, do you want the scammers to know your phone number and how much money you have in your bank account, right? And like circumstances where it would be more likely to get you to fall for a scam. I don't think you would want them to have that information, right? That doesn't sound good to me. 4969. Okay. So how do you write to the texture? Oh, it was this thing. Write texture. Think we do it like this? How do we get the bytes from this? Oh yeah. How do we do this? Also, I need to do RGBA8. Oh lol. Do that. Think you want something else. Yeah, you ate. Maybe. Okay, where do you... Oh yeah, you want it here. Image data layout and extend 3D. Oh. I mean, it's something close to that, I think. Right. Definitely extends the life. It doesn't reset necessarily, but it extends the life of it, I think. Image data layout, what the fuck? Oh, it's this devil. Oh, hold on. There's this extend 3D. Where are you? Okay. We're gonna have this here. And then we're gonna have this. Yummy duplicate code. And then we just give it the things. Is that all? It's not. It wants the image copy base texture, found texture. Okay. And that compiles. I use KeyPass 2. Excuse me? What the hell? I have no idea how those work. Also, what the fuck? What the fuck is happening here? Let's just make that not exist and confirm that the error is here. Okay. Yeah, how do we convert this to bytes in the other instance? Like, I'm just saying Atlas M is ash byte. This is not correct. That's not correct. Atlas RGB8. Oh, we just give it Atlas RGBA. Interesting. Interesting. Is that really how you do it? Okay, sure. We're still running good frames. Let's modify the texture. We can modify the logs, I guess. And then I will click override log.png. And it crashes. Unexpected EOF. What do you mean? Did it try to like reload it in the middle of saving? That's possible. Yep. I guess we'll return an option. we'll return an option, and instead of unwrapping here, say question mark. This can still be a crash, because I just failed to decode. And we'll return some atlas image here. Well, I could also do the thing that I was thinking about, where we just have a missing texture. Let's just do that. Let's do missing texture. I guess I'll do the classic. The one you know and love. Look at it taking shape. There we go. So true. How many bytes is this? 211. I wonder. So we're not gonna do accept. I need to have this code like further up the screen. Okay. How do I do this well? Do that. And give it the texture name, and then this one. Because it didn't fail to load the file, it just failed to encode. Or I guess, okay, there's actually a way easier way to do this. Because there's two separate spots where this can fail, right? It can either fail in here, or it can fail when decoding. I guess I'm gonna just have defaults for both. Yep. Okay. I now know. There we go. Also, I don't think I'm gonna do a collab stream after this. I'm already feeling like I need to take a break. Oh yeah. Probably gonna work on the slime texture later. So it's gonna be a raid instead of a collab. I also have to do the essay later. Yeah, but I mean, this is almost done. So now I need to wrangle this in some nice way where no matter which one of these fails, we'll get the missing texture out. I think this is how I do it. And then we do this. Okay, I have that on my clipboard. Nothing important. We do this. And we'll let it be this. Or we are gonna return missing texture. And then I think that should work. Unless the syntax is incorrect. Yeah, it is. It is incorrect. If this was instead of a... Can I do break as like a pseudo return? How do I return out of a pseudo block like this? Is that just not an option? Like if I write return, surely that's just not gonna work. Yeah. I guess I could do a match statement, but it's gonna be really fucking ugly. You'd be arrayed. True. So true. I have a mental image of you just transforming into like a Clash of Clans raid or something. I don't know. That's the first thing that comes into my mind. That was this insane symbol that I accidentally typed. It looks like a spear going through like a wall or something. Anyway. And if we have image data, I think we just return the data, right? So this is the fucking monster we have now. No. Oh, we need to say okay. And that's the result as well. I don't like the unnecessary cloning. Can we just... Yeah, borrowed value doesn't live long enough. Yippee! Okay, whatever, we're just gonna clone. We're gonna clone it. There's gonna be, maybe a performance hit if you have a lot of missing images, or whatever. And let's cargo format. It's good. I don't need these. Yep. So this is how you do that. Let image match image reader open, whatever, you know, and then if it's an image, we decode the image. If the decoding is okay, then we give the decoded data. And if either of those are an error, then we give the missing texture. Wow. Amazing technology. And we don't need this to do anymore because we're doing it. And now we can run the game. I don't think I've played Clash of Clans either, so I wouldn't be able to tell you if it's good or not. Oh, look at that! It just updates. And you can see for a split second, it shows the missing texture. So I was thinking that it would maybe make more sense to not give the missing texture and instead just wait. So that, you know, change is a bit smoother. But we could also wait. And not do this every single frame. We could update like every half second. There's a chance that you'll get unlucky. But that's fine. Yeah, thank you, thank you. I do think this is like pretty cool as well, actually, now that I think about it. I think I can just edit it and yeah. But also I want to do the proper thing where missing texture makes sense, but also it could be a parameter. Yeah, this could be a parameter where it's like, do we allow missing texture? Yep. And then we're going to return an option. That's what we'll do. I also love writing like a really ugly line and then just telling the computer, format this, and then it formats it. That's very cool. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, so now we either we either allow missing textures or we don't. Technically, I could have two versions of this function, and one returns an option and one returns something that's not an option, but I feel like this is fine. So here we allow missing textures, and then we just unwrap. Because technically this can't fail if we allow missing textures. Oh wait, hold on, did I modify the wrong thing? No, that's the correct thing. Rum, you ended your stream already! What? Well, hello everyone. I was planning on raiding you. I was like, I'm gonna do this thing and then I'll raid you. Well, what happened? Why did you rage quit? Damn. True, you had a question for me and then you just never told me the question. Let's see. 49. Oh, because also, I can show you something cool soon, right? Just you wait. Okay, that gets rid of all the errors. I'll do like a label here. Okay, I'll do a label. That's how you do a label. And we'll say some else I think that should work. Yes. Okay, so look at this, right? And also, hello everyone from Rum's stream. If you don't know me, I make this Voxel parkour game, and I just finished adding a new feature. Good timing. Where let's say I want to modify the log texture and do this ugly shape on it. I can overwrite the file and then it's there. Oh, I just saw a missing texture for a moment, even though they're not supposed to be there. Yeah, I can just modify the files and then it's reflected in game, like, oh, cancel, pretty much instantly, which is very cool, I would say. Oh yeah, I need to say false here instead of true. All right. Microwaving coffee sounds insane, but it's not. It's actually not. I'm in my head mixing it with microwaving tea, which the British wouldn't like. Now if I do this, then it should never give me the missing texture. Yeah, I can just edit it. That's awesome. So now I can do this and then why is the slime just missing? Hello? Huh? Since when did you break? it's everywhere. It's just broken. Hello? Why? Huh? Is anything else broken? Oh, this wasn't broken on the other map either. Why is slime broken? Oh, maybe because I don't include it in the texture names. That could be it. That could indeed be it. I'll need to restart the game for that. Okay, yeah. So as I was saying before, I can put a slime here. See, for a moment I had like an illusion of there being a smaller cube here. That's awesome. I can put this here, and then I can modify the texture, and it will reflect there. Nice. The initial plan was that I would try to improve this texture on the stream, where I would take, let's say, let me go to the actual original file for this. Right. Wait, I'm in the wrong thing. Welcome back. Were you listening? Good. I don't know why I'm saying good. No, I didn't talk shit about you. Don't worry. Dude, can I just like have a single button combo? Oh yeah, it's a control E, does it? Okay. Ooh, I haven't played World today. Yeah, I could try to make like a highlight thing here, I guess. I need to make that so true. So let's just fuck it. It looks so bad. But I want to like make this blend differently. Awesome. Maybe like that. I export it and it still looks like this. Hello? Yeah, I guess it just looks like garbage. Why does it look so different? It looks like nothing like that. Is it like still using the... No, it's using different modes. Okay. Sure. What? Where did that come from? Why? Why would you say this to me? Let's see. Oh, yes. It's not what I'm looking for. Not multiply either. Ooh, addition might be it. Doesn't really matter what I do with the thingy thing there. Oh, yeah. These are not the same image, right? Like, it's just somehow incorrectly merging the layers, which is insane. It's awesome. Ay, because we don't have, like, you can't have non-destructive effects on the stable build. That's just not a thing. Yeah, it's a very, very simple reason, but I think I will go back to editing the original file. See if I can add some shine. I'll pick this color. It's like the base green that we kind of have here. I'll make it a bit lighter. I don't like how this is not moving here, but that's whatever. If I can pick color again, that's awesome. And that does not look lighter at all. That's like a bit lighter. This would have to be like in between the layers, honestly. I think. Okay, I'll go back to having this file. I think the problem was just that I was merging in like different kind of layers. Yeah, do that. This here, but I could also try to have these in between the layers. The offset is making this painting a bit strange. Let me see. Let me disable the offset for now. I'll have a streak here, perhaps a streak here. I feel like this should be behind a blur or something. Interesting. It's like a very aggressive. Not so aggressive anymore. It just starts looking more like grass, honestly. Or does this look more like slime? Maybe. 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 If I do this, then this is gonna be... Uh, I know you like horses, but, you know, you're making me suspicious of your, identity now. Like, are you a horse? Make it in the sphere. Well, what do you mean by that? Do you mean that the highlight should be, like, sphere-shaped? We can make it the target block. Oh, okay, you are a horse. Okay, okay, okay. I forgot. I can make the Gaussian blur stronger. Then we just lose all of the detail instantly. Awesome. What about 0.7? Still not really that good. Look at cheat sheets of Unicode codes. I think the target block shape is a mistake. This is too bright already. Let me... We need a black pixel right here. Is that how that works? No. It's a different color there. You need this color there. There we go. That's crazy though, that it becomes like black and white. I didn't consider that. I don't think I'm gonna review every Unicode character. That sounds like a bad time. I'm not sure, but it doesn't sound good, right? This affects the final result, which is strange. So if I don't have the Gaussian blur here, and I modify this... Oh, I guess it modifies only these. Yeah, that's interesting. But I have the brightness contrast after that. Doesn't change anything. Interesting. Just lower the contrast a bit. It's like a lot less bright. Make it brighter. I think that's a good base color. I feel like I might have an easier time if I revert back to the previous version and then try to hand paint the stuff on top instead of doing this. This is also a pretty good version. Not really. This is the original. But what did it look like before? What the fuck? Thank you for showing me the smallest fucking version of this possible. This discard changes and so we have the original here. Also, oh, that should also give me the original here. Fair enough. I think what I'll do, I'll keep the slime texture as it is. I'll try to improve it later more, like, offline. Also, I never updated the goals text. Yeah. I think I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna raid someone if we have 2 or more viewers. That's the usual rule for me of what I do. And we do have that. There's a cool person I'm gonna direct you to. I need to take my headphones on. There we go. But I got the whole texture reloading, and that's good. There are all the links. And yeah, I hope you have a good day. I'm gonna have an excellent time writing my essay that's due in a little over 3 hours. Smile. Yeah, but have a good one. See you later. Bye bye.